You know that feeling when you're totally stuck? When you know you need a guide, but you have no idea where to even start looking? Well, it turns out there's this incredible 2,000-year-old story from the Gandhavyuha Sutra that has a surprisingly modern and really profound lesson on the whole art of mentorship.
I mean, really, it's a question we all bump into, right? Whether you're trying to master a new skill, figure out your career, or maybe you're searching for something a little deeper. This is the kind of question that's not just about getting information, it's about real transformation. And it's the exact question that kicks off an epic journey for our hero.
So let's meet our guy, a young seeker named Sudhana. Now, he isn't looking for a quick fix or a simple answer. He is on a massive quest for ultimate enlightenment, and he's smart enough to know he can't do it alone. His journey eventually takes him to 53 different teachers. But today, we're going to zoom in on one really pivotal encounter.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. We're going to follow Sudhana as he asks his big question, gets a totally mind-bending first lesson, and then, and this is the important part, learns the even bigger lesson about what makes a great guide, what it takes to be a great student, and how the journey itself is really the whole point.
Okay, so picture this. Our story kicks off with Sudhana walking into a new city. He finds two famous teachers, a young man and woman named Devasri and Vasumitra, and believe me, he does not waste any time.
I mean, listen to that. That is the core of his entire quest, right there. It's so direct, so humble, and just filled with purpose. He's not just kind of curious, he's all in, but he's also brave enough to admit he's lost. And that vulnerability, that's the secret key that unlocks everything that's about to happen.
So how do the teachers respond? Well, it's probably not what you'd expect. They don't give him a 5-step plan or some easy mantra to chant. Nope. Instead, they start by completely flipping his entire reality upside down with this concept they call the liberation of dwelling in illusion. Now, this is super important. When they say illusion, they don't mean fake or that things aren't real. It means that nothing exists all by itself. Everything is connected, springing from this giant web of causes and effects. It's kind of like a rainbow. You see it, it's beautiful, but you can't go grab it, right? It only exists because of the right mix of light and water.
And they mean everything. From their perspective, our entire experience, the world, who we think we are, even time itself, is all part of this interconnected flow. Nothing is solid, nothing is permanent. It's a huge, radical idea. But just when Sudhana's mind is probably spinning, they pull a complete 180 and do something totally unexpected.
Right, so this is the moment where everything changes. Just as Sudhana is trying to wrap his head around this whole illusion thing, the teachers drop an absolute bombshell.
Wow. I mean, think about that for a second. After sharing this incredibly deep wisdom, they just straight up admit their own limits. They're basically saying, look, this concept is our specialty. This is our thing. But we've taken you as far as we can. For the next part of your journey, you need someone else. And this is the big reveal, you guys. The philosophical teaching about illusion, that wasn't the main event. The real lesson was them pointing him to a better mentor. It was the act of passing him on. It taught Sudhana that this journey isn't about finding one perfect teacher. It's about finding a whole series of guides, each one right for a specific stage of the path.
So before they send him on his way, the teachers explain why a guide, what the text calls a good friend, is so incredibly essential. And the way they describe a true guide is, well, it's just fascinating. Just look at these metaphors. They're so powerful, right? A mentor isn't just someone who gives you facts. They are your protector, your healer, your navigator, your inspiration. They're the one who sees your potential and helps bring it to life, all while keeping you safe from the stuff that can trip you up.
And then the text just goes off. It launches into this insane, almost overwhelming list of all the things a seeker has to do, like purifying infinite thoughts and helping infinite beings. The point of this giant list isn't for you to memorize it. It's to show you that the path is just too huge, too boundless. There is absolutely no way you can do it alone. But okay, it's not a one-way street. The text is super clear that this isn't all about the teacher. The student has an equally important part to play. You have to have the right mindset or no real learning is ever going to happen.
This table just lays it out so perfectly. It's like a 3-part system, isn't it? You have to see yourself as the patient, ready and willing to be healed. Your guide is the skilled doctor. And the teachings, well, that's the medicine that's actually going to cure you. Each piece is totally vital. If the patient refuses the medicine or if you don't trust the doctor, nothing works.
And the metaphors for the student are just as powerful. Being like the earth, that's all about resilience, being able to handle the hard work. Being like a good dog, that's about loyalty and trust.
It's about being humble enough to follow instructions. It paints this really demanding, but also beautiful picture of what it takes to be a great student.
All right, so let's bring this all together. Sudhana's had his mind blown. He's learned what makes a great guide and what it takes to be a great student. So now what? Where does that leave him?
So, in the end, Sudhana doesn't get some final, easy answer to his big question. Instead, he gets something way, way more valuable, a deep, profound understanding of how to learn. And he's not happy because his quest is over. He's filled with joy because he finally knows how to continue it. He gets it now. The path is just a chain of these good friends guiding you from one step to the next. And that's what this 2,000-year-old story leaves us with, a question that's just as real and urgent for us today. It's not about finding that one perfect mentor. It's about recognizing the whole chain of guides in our lives, the teachers, the bosses, our friends, maybe even the difficult people who show us the way to our next step. So take a second and think about it. Who are the good friends who have shaped your path?